Hey guys, and welcome to PvP 101. Just in case we have any newbies out there, if you haven't visited this spot yet on your map, it's really important that you do so. It's the Astromon League, of course. New season's upon us, blah 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 blah. So just to get started, PvP, if you don't know, stands for player versus player, meaning who you fight. It's not mons or monsters that the creators make for you to face against, like in story mode. It's actual defense teams of other players. So you can see right now I have Light Finnick as my defense, and he's been defeated quite a lot. But it's defense players, it's the defense mons of other players that the game itself uses the AI for. And in my opinion, I'm going to go ahead and click through this. PvP, believe it or not, is a very, very big deal, especially for this type of game. The reason being is you do get Astro Gems from it, so it's a great source of Astro Gems weekly. But most importantly, you get what's called the honor medals, the points. And normally every match gives you, I think, anywhere from 2 to 5. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but 2 to 5. So, I mean, 50 matches in an entire week would net you, let's say right off the bat, 150 medals, which you can use in the PvP shop, which I'll show you in a second here. And the reason why I stress this as being very important, because at the PvP shop, you're able to buy different items. Let's click on it right here. Most importantly, you're able to buy one of the gleams. As you can see, I've already bought one. You should at least do PvP enough to hit that 150 mark every week, because that's a free gleam, so you get anywhere from maybe 4 to 5 gleams from this alone a month. And that could mean, you know, bringing a Nat 4 or Nat 5 to Evo 2, well, actually 2 Evo 2s within a month. So 2 months you'll have hopefully have 4 of your Nat 4, 4 of your Nat 5s done and over with. And that's really important for progress, whether you're collecting or you're just trying to, you know, get to the next level. All the other stuff, I honestly don't buy it. I mean, 900 medals for a high egg that contains a variant. What happens when you pull like a variant lat? You know, it's not worth the risk. I mean, if you have excess, like you do PvP every day, every time it fills up and you have excess, I might buy the high secret egg, or I guess one of the other eggs for 150, but I wouldn't spend 900 on it. It's mainly I just use it for the gleams, to be honest. They're very important, and that's definitely one of the reasons why you should do it, regardless if you're a big PvP fan or not. Sadly, I haven't really gotten too far in the ranks, because I just PvP just to farm medals for gleams right now. But from my understanding of it, climbing ranks, you can use PvE mon, but you really need to do the PvP ones. And I'll go into detail about that at a later time, because I don't really have a lot of PvP mons to, you know, give you a good understanding of it. But I try to do at least 10 battles a day just to farm points. And the reason why my Light Finnick, he's level 40 by the way, as you can see, the reason why he's the only one in my defense party is for farming points. You'll see a lot of others, they'll either have one mon or a whole bunch of low level mons. They're farming points too, because what happens is, as you play, like this one right here, they're farming points. But as you play and you move up through the tier list for PvP, your points go up. So you're going to hit higher and higher defense parties, to where, you know, they're going to have a lot harder mons to outrank you, so you can't beat them and basically take over their rank. They don't want you to overtake them, so it's going to get a lot harder. And what you do to farm points is you set just one mon or a whole team of weak mons. So every day you can PvP, and essentially you're climbing the rank, but as you're climbing the rank, people are dropping you back down. So it's kind of like you're in a limbo type deal, which allows you to keep gathering points because you always have weak enemies to fight. So you're always going to win, but you're never going to, you're never going to break through to the OP top ranks. But, it's not for that purpose. Ooh, I might need to do, yeah, it's not for that purpose. Now, one tactic I do is usually, I'll, hold on. Usually I'll switch out my defense party from my one mon or whatever random mons later in the week to like a serious team, just to try and keep my rank, just so I have, just so I can get a decent amount of Astro Gems a week. I normally get about 120. Like I said, I don't put much time in this. I usually just do the PvP as part of my dailies, and since I'm already in the screen, I'll go ahead and see if I can just exhaust it completely so I can farm enough points and have a stockpile of points for the next week in case something were to happen and, I didn't have that much time to really invest in PvP for a week. I still have those points, so I'm not missing out on the gleam. And definitely, whether you're a new player or you're a vet, you're mid-game, it doesn't matter what level your mons are. I would highly, highly suggest that you start whenever possible. You might lose some, you might win some, but the point of this is to start gaining points now so you can use those gleams to progress. Especially for a new player. That gleam could Evo to you whatever mon that you need, and you can get past an extreme mode. You can get past Golden's B8, B9, whatever. I can't stress how important that is, especially as a new player, to do that. And one thing I do find is if you do this farming method, you're going to run into a lot of players doing the same exact thing, so you really don't have to stress out too much of winning. And like I said, if you do lose, just pick someone weaker. I think PvP tickets reset every 30 minutes, so it's not that big of a deal. Do at least one a day, but I try to do at least 50 battles or more a week just for the points. Oh yeah, see, we're about to refresh now. And the good part is, teams in lower ranks, they really don't matter. As you can see, I haven't changed my team at all. This isn't really a PvP team at all. And for the most part, they're just straight killing it. So it really doesn't matter what mons you use, as long as they're hopefully at least 40, 50, 60 would be optimal. And I'm not completely sure what the ranks are in terms of how many Astro Gems you get. I'm sure they have it up here, or you can check, But I'm sure they give you a nice chunk of Astro Gems for however many that you spend to buy more tickets. At the moment, I don't really care that much about it. Eventually I am, once I get everything settled with my mons and actually get PvP mons I actually do want to try and, break out my regular rank of getting normally anywhere from 140 to 120 Astro Gems a week. But even then, that to me is better than nothing. And I feel like some players don't understand this, and they play the game for a while and they wonder why they're not progressing as fast as someone else with something that's literally just so simple, So should you PvP? Most definitely. Even if it's, like I said, even if it's just to farm points for gleams. If you want to get high, get high. But in my opinion, that's really like late to end game, where you're able to farm the dragon dungeon to get, you know, the pugilist sets and other sets for specific mons that are way popular for PvP. I know a lot of HP aggressors, defense aggressors, and such of that nature are really popular, especially the light and dark ones. That's like top tier stuff. So you definitely need some strong mons to really break through to the top. And while I'm sure that you get a lot of gems for the top, you might be burning more than what you gain, and it's really just, I guess, an achievement thing to say, you know, hey, I've done this. I feel like I just fought a team of that's not the almost the same setup. We're going to take Miho out. Oh, he has a level 60 Vulcan. Maybe he's gonna raise him to Evo 3. That's my only guess. Oh, they locked my light Nike. My light Nike. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just trying to finish up my runs for PvP. Team composition doesn't matter, like I said before. I know I'm beating a dead horse, but I just want to stress it to you guys that this isn't as hard or as arduous as people may think it is, and it's a really important part of your day. Because if you're not doing dailies, you know, you're missing out on not only on extra Astro Gems, but you're missing out on extra gold, extra energy throughout the week, the Holy Gleam. It's just, if you have time to do the dailies, which take maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes, maybe 20, depending on how slow or fast you are, then you're really missing out. As you can see, I'm just picking whatever has a couple of 50s or lower. 160 is fine, but there's not really much thought to it, at least at this point. 3 Mihos. Well, I got 2. We'll go for the weakest link first. Oh, Sea Star. Got her stun. I'm not really worried about that water siren. The only thing she can do is pretty much heal herself, because all these other ones should be wiped out by the time we even get to her. Booyah! Oh yeah, and just stating from my past video, like Wild Fang, poor Wild Fang in here, she gets destroyed in the higher ranks, and she never gets her AoE off. And to be honest, I find that her AoE is not even that good. It's like 2 hits, and she gets 4 hits from her regular attack. I guess we could try that one. 2 fires. Maybe I should switch out. Let's switch out Mio. I'll bring in Wild Fang. Oh, never seen that one before. Let's see if we can take out that Seedler. Oh, he's a little tanky. We'll go ahead and see if we can get rid of him. Booyah! Arthur would start on Miho. Is that Snowy? I believe it's Snowy. Like Snowy. I wasn't around, unfortunately, when all that went on, but I definitely want one. If I can get one, I'm gonna go in and try and get one, whenever that may be. But yeah, that pretty much sums it up. And if any of you guys have a water Arthur, please tell me how he is. I heard the grass Arthur isn't that bad either. I just have the fire one. I picked him for my contract, and I mean, as you can see, he does a decent job. Gotcha. His stun is really useful. I'll give him that. But that about sums it up. At least PvP once daily, though I recommend at least 50 times a week. It'll take 10, maybe 15 minutes of your time doing it every day, but at least 50 times a week, just so you can farm out the points to get the gleams. And let's see if we can see the rewards real quick. So yeah, the higher up you go, you definitely get substantial more amount of Astro Gems. I'm actually trying to see if I can break through the platinum. I just have to be really active about it. But yeah, this is my take on PvP, and if you're not doing it, by the time you watch to the end of this video, you should be doing it, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.